Good morning and welcome to the morning show with Angel and Tina. How are you doing today, Tina?
I wish you guys could see, like in the green room, what we talk about and what we go through in the back room because there's so many bloopers. I think we need to start recording these things and put it like on a blooper reel.
I don't think so. Brittany is our guest in our virtual studio today.
And everyone out there.
Put out there in Facebook.
I love seeing the background, the behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes.
Where are you coming from today?
I am tuning in from Pataskala, which is a cow town outside of Columbus, Ohio.
Is it what, a cow town?
Yes. You've got Columbus, and then you like literally 5 minutes, and it's like farms and cows, and that's where I am right now.
So you're in cow town.
Yes.
Pataskala?
Pataskala. I usually just tell people Columbus, but that's not really true. It's not even like Columbus, but it's weird because it's just 5 minutes outside, and then it's totally different.
How long have you lived there?
I moved here in like 2003. So my parents were Army. So we've moved around all over, but I was here since 2003. So this is actually the longest I've ever lived in a place.
Really? My dad was Navy. My son is Army. Angel was Army or Navy as well.
Navy. Yep.
Oh, wow. Yay. Good.
Navy
Thanks for your service. Both of my parents were Army. So.
Okay. So how did you end up in Pataskala?
Pataskala. Well, it was like technically my senior year, and my dad had just retired, and he got a job at a place called Battelle. It's like government contracting stuff, and their headquarters is in Columbus. So that's what brought us here, and I moved with them.
Yeah, we ended up here when I was just starting high school. My dad was in the Navy. He got transferred here to Denver. And of course, it was so funny because Navy's ships and water, right? And here we are in Denver, right?
Landlocked.
What are we doing here? Right? But he was a recruiter, he was a trainer, was doing all this stuff, and this is where we ended up just settling. And I've lived in this house because, of course, you move around all the time growing up if you're a military kid. But we've been in our house, this house we have been in for 20 years in the same house. I mean, we used to move every 9 months, it felt like.
It's a big deal to think of that. That's the thing for me, because I moved around so much, and we are in the process of moving to a different house, but same area. That's a huge sacrifice that military make, because I'm not willing to do that. I want my kids to stay in one school and stuff. So I think about how hard that is for those families and stuff all the time. And staying 20 years in a house is a big achievement if you've grown up military, for sure.
We moved around.
Baby brat. We stayed in San Diego the whole time, but my dad left back and forth. So my dad was hardly home. And then I married to the Army. So I was an Army wife for 20 years, and he did the same thing. So we kind of stayed in Georgia area the whole time, but he was
gone.
Yeah, but he was gone all the time. And then now my son is in the Army, and he's in Korea. So his first duty station was in Korea, and then he goes to Fort Lewis. So he's going to be the one who travels, I think.
Yeah. But you're serving with them.
It's hard. To our house.
It's hard being in that military.
My kids went to the same elementary school, middle school, and high school. Well, the girls, they went to 3 elementary schools because we were still finding our way around, when we were trying to figure out. But when we landed here, then my son, we found a house. You could walk to the elementary school, the middle school, and the high school, and we stayed in this whole thing. And it was so sweet when we went to the graduation, the high school graduation. And of course, this was years ago. We were still going to high school graduations. I had seen these kids in elementary school, right? They I knew them
too, right? You're I remember when you were just 5.
Yes. Oh, it was so sweet. I was oh, look, it's little Bryson. Oh, it's little and all his little friends were all now, men. And but it was really fun, not just for my own kids, but for them to have those relationships. And we've just settled in, and I haven't moved. I haven't wanted to pack up anything.
We're not
and
going
you love it. Yeah. just
But
be
you
like,
do
I'm like,
travel a
I
lot.
always think like, should we go somewhere else? And I'm like, I really love it here. It's so central. And then you can just travel wherever I want. And that's what I think
Denver,
like is,
I can get to anywhere. It's been a great home base because I've
Yeah.
just
There
been,
in 3 hours.
yep, I spent the
Right.
last 2 years traveling, and yeah, very simple. My kids and my mom and my parents are in Florida, and people ask me all the time if I'm going to move there. I'm like, it takes all day to travel to anywhere when you are flying in from Florida. So so I'm not
my
looking-
friends on the West Coast always complain when we do anything in Florida, because it's like a whole day
yeah.
event. Like, yeah.
Yeah, Florida it is an all day trip. Well, Miss Brittany, we're super excited. We're super excited to have you join us today. You are our solo guest. Normally we have, a couple people on the show, but I got a package in the mail from you.
I know. I got a package in the mail from her too.
Yay. I can't wait for you to try.
Oh,
Those
I was
been
doing it right this
life-changing.
morning. Look, I already started with my
I
pinky.
did it. And when we were in the green room, she started putting her nails on. So Brittany is with Color Street. And if you guys haven't heard, you're going to hear a lot about it today. But you guys got to stay to the end too, because Angel and I have a special announcement.
So I'm excited for that.
We have a special announcement for you guys. So we are excited. Just, spicing it up a little bit. Right, Angel?
We're spicy.
Right?
We're spicy. We're like Spice Girls.
You could be. Would you be like Scary Spice or Baby Spice?
I want to be Victoria Beckham.
Yeah.
Is that because you want to be married to
David
a
Beckham.
little hot little piece of pie?
A hot little piece of pie. Woo!
Woo, he is.
Yeah.
He's pretty sexy. They both are.
He is
They
pretty
both are really attractive couple.
They are. Yeah, they are beautiful people for sure. The beautiful people found each other.
They have an amazing looking family. Like those kids are like drop dead gorgeous.
Their genes. They hit the mega millions.
So Brittany, what have you been doing lately? Are you traveling? Are you doing what do you do? What have you been doing?
Lately, so obviously, I mean, everyone knows the world has kind of changed. It slowly started to open, but I actually had this time to sit because last year was so full of traveling, even up to my last trip, before we started again was like right before it shut down, like mid-March. So we have like right when things started to open, we did take the kids because, spring break was canceled. We took them to Universal and that was fun. And then of course, after you do any vacation like that, me and my fiance had to do something without kids because it's like 4 months, 4 children, 3 years old, 5 years old, 6 years old, and 9-year-old. So my mom was so great and kept them for 5 days so we could at least, because it was literally 24/7 homeschooling the 3. And so it was tough. And then we just had our virtual conference. But we can, that was exciting. I met some of my girls, which I haven't got to see. And it was kind of sad whenever, we had to postpone our incentive trip and conference was held off. So made the best lemonade out of lemons we could. But really, I mean, just hanging out and just watching things, how they go, slowly updating.
How did you guys do your virtual conference?
So it was kind of like, I was so like, I had never did anything like that before, but it was pretty cool. So they broke it down to like it was like a little bit over 2 hours and they actually opened it to every stylist, totally free, which is different because how it was before, you had to pay to go and that was it. So they refunded everybody and then they actually opened it to every single stylist and then it was like live streamed. They actually sent 50 roses to anyone that was going to walk on stage for any type of everybody in the, so that was kind of cool. And then they did like And a lot of people, like I actually hosted a Zoom for my team, and a lot of other teams did that. And so we were all kind of watching together along with the in-person. So a lot of people did that. And that's when they did like the announcements, recognition, announced the new incentive trip. And then the next day they did the same because we always have a leader day just for the leaders. And it was kind of the same. And then last night they had the keynote speaker that was going to come. She did her name's Michelle Polar. I've never heard of her before this. So if anyone, she did something like 101 Days of Fear. And if anyone's like, and so I've never heard of her until last night, but I'm definitely going to look more into her. She's very motivating, but she was our keynote speaker, and that was last night. So it was kind of broken in to 3 days, but I was actually excited that people that may have never got to experience that, you guys have probably been to some type of conference, like it's just motivating and it's great. So everyone now, they already announced next year it'll be in Orlando. Like now everyone's like, okay, I have to go to next year's.
When you come
Is it
off
going
of
to be next summer?
Yeah, and they announced next summer, July in Orlando. So they already announced when the next one is.
Oh, good. Yeah, anytime you come off of out of a thing like that, your team is always so motivated to do so much. And when I know I've been in network marketing for over 13 years now, and it's always been that way, always. And it's just so exciting to watch them get so excited and get that fire back into them.
It was cool because like, you know, the past couple years, like it's only been that little subset that actually went, that got that, you could see the fire. So the fact that every single person, it was just like totally like everyone was so motivated. And, you know, these are people that may have been around for a few years, but just going to conference may not have been something they could have time to do or could afford. So they all got to experience this excitement. You know, they still sent out a little bit of swag, and, you know, it was just something rather than, you know, a little bit of the company getting to go, like everyone got to experience it. So I kind of hope like maybe we can implement like maybe even a virtual aspect to it forever, you know, but also because I know it is still cool to go, like if you can walk on stage and see people in person, like that's the big part of it. So people miss that, but it was definitely you know, it's, you know, world changing. So virtual, you know, I think has definitely its benefits. There's people that may have never ever gone. Now they're like, I want to go next year.
Well, that's what we're seeing too. I mean, we're using what we've got, right? We're doing what we can with what we've got, and we're pivoting and we're shifting. But it is making, the virtual is allowing for people to have access to events and to coaches and to keynotes, right? To I mean, I got to watch Brad Paisley sing in his kitchen.
I saw that.
Right? And I watched the Metropolitan Opera House was doing live streams of operas, like all of these things that just
would
to
have never
stay,
not
to
been
stay
able to
connected.
do.
No, and you could do it from your home. You didn't have to get a babysitter. You didn't have to go walk the dog. You didn't have to pay
Like
for
Hamilton.
Yes, I saw
like,
Hamilton.
that, like we love Hamilton, and I've only taken my daughter, and so like all of the kids and us being able to watch that as a family, like in the living room, like
Yes.
that was like
so
cool.
Ice cream. Oh wait, that's just Angel.
Yeah,
I did.
Ice cream.
I watched an opera in my yoga pants eating a pint of ice cream.
Right. Yeah.
Very classy.
I mean, like even for conference, like you could just wear like sweatpants if you wanted to, or a lot of us still dressed up for fun, you know, and like we did like a virtual champagne toast. Definitely, like you said, pivoting and going with it, and ultimately the ability to do that like will make or break, you know, how you are in anything.
Yes, right, because it's really not so much about what we're doing, but who are we becoming in all of this, and how are we rising up and still creating that ability to serve. But of course, Brittany, you've been working from home, you work virtually, and so how has business shifted for you during this time?
Wow. So like I know I felt like it was weird to be able to say like more fortunate at this time because I was already used to it. I wasn't like at risk of like losing income. But my big shift was honestly the kids being home because they were in school, and, you know, and ultimately like even the younger ones were in preschool. So having them all there, like, and then we had kindergarten and third grade and preschooler, making sure like we were teaching them and then still wanting to work a business, like I definitely was like having to learn again, like finding those new schedule flexibility and making sure, you know, that they still got everything that they could. It was like a hard run in the first months or so.
A lot of moms are having that little struggle, you know, finding that time, because they used to drop the kids off and then go home, and then they would have a couple of hours to build their business if they were that stay-at-home mom, you know, and now they're like, what am I going to do with you?
Yeah, like before I put the younger two, like
back to those teachers right about now, right?
Yes. But what we learned too is like being able to make it through this time, and like business kind of actually started. We've already been kind of in momentum, but we've had our biggest month starting in April up and even till last month. And now this month we already passed last month. So being able to show, you know, other stay-at-home moms that it's possible still. And, you know, our product was one, like people stopped going to nail salons. People weren't able to get, you know, fills, and showing all of that kind of stuff too. Like, I think this was definitely a time for whatever company where people were like, I need to find something secure. I need to find, you know, another, like a side hustle, something I can do online. Cause like there was a lot of people that felt like they had such a solid foundation that learned that maybe that wasn't the case now. And so you saw like people like looking for something else. Like I was just like, if you didn't use this time to find like some type of trade or like new like skill, that you kind of wasted it, right? Like this was the time to do it. It still is.
Well, speaking of getting awards and stuff, you just got an award, didn't you?
Oh my gosh. It was like very mind-blowing and humbling. Like our company does something called True Colors, and it's something where you're nominated, and we just we're a little short of 100,000 active consultants, so they vote, home office votes, and it's called True Colors, and I earned it this year. Last year was the first year, and like that was something that was I was recognized for top and enrolling, a top team. I'm top ranked, but like this one meant more to me than any other thing. I keep saying that because it wasn't based off of like what I do, what the team does. It based off of like me being like an inspiration role model, which, you know, was something, and we can go in like to my past, like that I never was looked at before. And, you know, ultimately that's just what I wanted to do, is just help people. And like, it really let me realize the size of my impact. And I don't think all of us realize, like people that I wouldn't even think like voted for me, like the videos of some people I saw I've never even spoken to, that just like really moved me. And I was like, we never realize like the size of our impact that we can make on people.
The story that you have from getting your from trial to triumph is what gets those people, right? So we're gonna go into it a little bit more. I think Angel is pulling up your bio now. I see
I'm like pulling it up. Well, let's read Brittany's bio and find out. We'll hear a little bit more about why she earned that True Colors award. But I do believe that we don't realize the impact. My husband, for my birthday, had a bunch of friends and family write in letters to me, and it's very humbling. You don't even realize, like, you're just working, you're just doing what you do, and then to have people comment and share about, I can't even talk. I thought I could talk about it. I thought I did.
It makes me speechless. Like, and I do not get speechless, but I was speechless. Like people, like I would have given up if I wouldn't, you know, and you're just like, what? You know, it's just Brittany.
Yeah.
You know,
right?
I'm just Brittany.
Just Brittany. Well, let's read Brittany's bio and get to know her a little better. She is a top earner and top leader in her network marketing company. She's been a lifelong hustler, but just joined the industry a little over 2 years ago. She's been in recovery from drug addiction for over a decade, but prospective employers would not give her a chance because of a very old charge on her record. She was determined to get out of poverty and sought an out-of-the-box solution in network marketing. She was finally able to be paid her worth and not be judged by her past. She's went from barely surviving on food stamps to a 7-figure annual, 6-figure monthly earner. Her life and those on her team have been changed for the better. Brittany focuses on working your business without excuses and no matter what. She has grown her business mostly on social media, starting out with only 200 friends on Facebook. She follows a strict follow-up process. She is the queen of creating leads and seizing opportunity. Because of that, she's been recognized as a top enroller consistency in her company, and her team has over $80 million in lifetime value in just 3 years. They've been in the top 5 in volume consistently in the last year, and she pours all she knows into them and loves being a part of building hesitant first timers like she used to be into the leaders they can be. Brittany, this is so inspiring. Wow. The numbers, right? I mean, people all the time like, how do I and where do I? You had nothing.
I don't have no friends.
Nobody.
That's what I like. Like, that's why it said like no excuses, because I felt like I literally had every single excuse to either not even try or not make it work. So it's like so hard because, you know, if you don't take that risk on yourself or try at least, because I felt like I had every excuse that anyone could use, you know, at that time.
You did, right? All the ones we hear from people.
Right? I don't have friends. I don't know nobody. I only have 200 friends on Facebook. I don't have a list. I don't like nails.
Yeah. And I'm like, I'm signing up men. They can't wear, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know, like, every single excuse, like never done this before, not enough time. Not enough money, you know, for the kit, because our kit has a small, anything. Like, I had all of that, you know, but I talk a lot about like the desperation and drive. And honestly, a lot of stuff that I use to get clean and stay clean, because I struggled with that at first, kind of transfers over to business. So like I use a lot of those same skills. So that's because a lot of it is a mindset thing. Like if we believe it, it will be true, you know?
Get what you order. Brittany, who poured into you? Who introduced this concept to you that you could come out of this?
You know, like all together, I think it was, so it's like, you know, I think my mother always believed in me no matter what. And as far as like supporting me, even in my addiction, like even if I was homeless, she would call and like meet me with a box of food. And when I was in jail, she would visit and and she always like would tell me about this potential. And when I signed up for this, like she was obviously my first customer. She ended up joining my team actually, which she's in the Army. Like she had not, like I think having her, and I say like, and there's other people, but definitely like my mom, like just showing me like, and believing in me when I could not believe in myself, like having that one person, like I'm like, gosh, like, you know, she keeps telling me this.
What is the potential that you keep telling me that I have?
I know, because I didn't believe it. And then like even, you know, well, even my sponsor in this business, like you know, telling me that I could do more. And like I actually kept the addiction part of my story kind of quiet for like the first like 8 months of being in the business. And I shared it with her finally, and she's like, why aren't you telling this to more people? And like telling her that, and her not judging me and telling me like, you've overcome this, so it's okay to share, you know, like other, and like even, and then the company asked me to share that story on stage at national conference. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're not judging me for it either. Like they want me to like tell this. So like having more like people, because I thought I was defined by my past. And like that kept me really stifled. So having like, you know, just a couple people to be, and that's what I try to be like we're not, you know, like what can we do today? Like I'm always like daily wins, a few daily checklists, like what can we do? Because that's really what defines who we are. Like what are we doing today? Right? That's all.
So what are a couple of the daily checklists that you have to do every single day?
So I always make sure I say happy birthday to everybody on which is just a little thing, but it's a good way for me to reconnect. We have an opportunity group, so I always want to try to at least invite 5 people to that every day. Follow up with 5 people that I've already added in the past week. There's like, we do samples, so follow up like that. So those are things that I do 7 days a week, no matter what, just that small list. And then like I'll add stuff like for a team and different stuff. But if I make sure I'm at least doing those few 5s, like add 5, follow up 5, happy birthday. So I make sure I'm getting new connections. And then also add 5 Facebook friends. I do those that every single day.
Just 5, right? That's manageable.
5 that makes you vibe.
Right.
Yeah, and it makes you feel like you win, right? Because you have like that. It's like if I told myself 20, there's no way I could do 20. And then every day I'd go to bed feeling like I was a loser and like failed.
Those little bit of things, those 5 people, what takes you like maybe an hour to do all of those. And you have to do it every day. And if you just spend that 1 hour, 1 hour,
which we all really have.
It's that power hour, right? But it's manageable. And because you're like, I can do it. Like I started riding my Peloton. We got a Peloton back in February for my husband.
I've been thinking about it forever. I'll have to follow your journey.
And they do these 20 minutes, like it's like a no excuse ride. Like everybody's got 20 minutes. Like there's just it doesn't have to be this long thing. And they talk about it as this, like you got 20 minutes, right? It's only 5. And so like, we don't even have to have a whole lot of willpower, right? To follow through and get that done. But it's falling in love with those consistent habits. We don't have to, do 20 every day, 20 minutes, a little thing, but it's that consistency that you stick to it every single day. And Brittany, I set a goal for myself to ride 500 miles by my 50th birthday, which was last Saturday. And by last Saturday, I rode on my birthday. I celebrated with sweat. I rode my 550th mile on my 50th birthday.
Yeah. Wow. Didn't that feel so good? Because
it does.
Those wins that you give for yourself, like it's so like it's attainable, like realistic goals, and just do it every day.
Just a little bit, right? It's just a little bit. And all I have to do that, it's 3 rides a week, right? So it's not even every day that I have to do it to hit. But I hit it.
So knocking it out 3, and that's the thing. Like if I know like I have a vacation coming up or something, I might bump it up. Like, okay, I don't want to be doing this, even though it's just an hour. So let me knock out 15 today, and something like that. Because the best part of this business is it's flexible,
right? And you get to say, you're still it, but you're like, okay, we've got something special we're shooting for. So, or I want an extra time off, or I want to do this. And so we get to control it. But
what is your next goal for your Peloton?
Me?
Yeah. What's your next goal for your Peloton?
So, I'm going to hit 1,000 miles by the end of the year on the bike.
Totally do that if you done 500 in 3 months.
I know, but I still have to do it. Like I still have to stay consistent.
You gotta do it.
You still gotta
show
you
gotta
up.
Bump up. You gotta make a more scary goal.
I think you should do 2,000.
What?
We always say if your goals don't scare you.
Wait, isn't somebody said if you're not 1 foot in excited and 1 foot in scared, holy crap, it's not that big?
Oh, shut up.
You're too big to play small. I'm hearing these things.
La 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 la.
I mean, I'm sitting here. I've literally I think I've been thinking about buying one for about a year. My best friend, my future maid of honor has one. Everyone's getting them around me, and I'm still thinking about it.
It's dynamite, especially because it's too hot, right, to go out in the afternoon and do something, right? It's right here, and it is 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I can go and get it done. All right. I could bump. I don't know. I'll get back to you.
Okay. I want you guys to comment. Put some numbers in the comments. Let us know what you think Angel should do. At
least 1,500, I think.
If she did 550 in 90 days.
No.
That's amazing.
It was in 5 months. I did it in 5 months. February to March, April, May, June, July. Yeah, it was 5 months. It's 100 miles a month is what I was doing.
Okay.
Start until March.
What?
You didn't really start until March.
That's true.
You had to mind prep it, because that's the 20-minute thing. Like that's what I would think, that I would spend all day thinking about this 20 minutes on the Peloton. Like, and I think about that, I'm like, because I have like a $200 Amazon bike, and I'm like, I am so not consistent with it like I'd like to. And I'm like, I don't want like a $2,000 clothes hanger. I would walk by that with just piles of clothes on it. But everyone is just like, and I think they say too, like the groups and stuff, like the community.
Said that people are so motivating for you to get in there, and it's exciting for you to be in there.
So it's different than like just a little bike, you know, with none of that you can get. So might do it.
So I was feeling so proud of myself that I've got a rhythm. I'm riding 3 times a week. I'm doing 25 miles a week. Like, I'm just going to keep this going. I was like pretty proud of myself for that. And you're like, no, got to bump it up. I could maybe bump it up to 4 times a week.
No, you should be proud of yourself, because I haven't. I'm definitely not doing that at all.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you,
like,
Brittany.
Well, like,
Brittany loves me.
You have a bigger goal. You need to save a bigger goal. We're gonna do it. You've got bigger things for you, Angel Tuccy.
Drop and give me 20. Oh,
just do one of your shows do the last 20 minutes of the talk show on the Peloton.
Oh, girl, no. I am sweating.
I would die. Believe me, I know. So like
I'm like,
we do in our company every Monday through Friday, we do like a 10-minute like connected docs to update. And a lot of times it's top leaders or people from home office. And our VP one time did it. And he's a guy, Colby, from his Peloton. And like, he's literally doing this live updating on shipping. And I was like, I would die. Like, I wouldn't be able to talk. Like, I was just like so impressed by that. Like, I was like, what is he doing?
Breathing through the
Yes, he was just like, it was nothing. He was on there, and you know, he's always posting his stats and stuff, and I was like, you guys would like have to call 911 in the middle of the live if I was trying to talk to you.
Flip over.
Yeah, that's how it would be.
Yeah, my son, you know, because they can hear me, because I do the classes, and so you know, you're like going up the hill, and now we're gonna have a little recovery, and when we get into that recovery, I'm just like, and I'm like groaning through all of this. So yeah, it's not pretty. It's not pretty.
Look down, Angel. You see those cute little muscles right there?
I have muscles, Brittany, on my legs that I've never had before.
I mean, I can imagine.
And I've always, you know, worked out because, you know, I try to fit in my jeans, right? Not because I love it, but
because I love to work out.
No, I used to think that I loved to work out because I did it all the time. But my mom, this was years ago, my mom and I went on a cruise together. And of course, you know, they've got the workout and all the classes and all the stuff you can take on the cruise. And my mom's like getting up early in the morning and, you know, going and doing the thing. And I went once, I went the first day, and I'm like, you know what? This is my vacation. I don't want to do this. Turns out I don't like it. So
that was your eye opener. You're like, if I liked it, I would be doing it.
I did it because it was like my schedule and routine, and right. And so I'm very scheduled, very routine. But I was on vacation. I was like,
I'm not
doing this on my vacation.
Where's the buffet?
Right. Or I would just rather sleep in.
She does love her sleep.
When we've had like the incentive trips, and there's always that few group from like the cruise of the girls that are getting up to like work out, and I'm like, ooh, you guys need a gold star, or like some type of
You're like, go ahead, work out.
I know. I was like
eating
my ice cream cone, checking on them in the gym up there on the boat, and I'm like, so like,
I know the ice cream, the little self-serve ice cream thing that they have. I was like, oh, I like that a lot.
Yeah. In heaven.
Okay. Well, I want to take this moment to talk about our sponsors. We have 3 fabulous sponsors who sponsor the morning show with Angel and Tina. So we're just going to take a little moment. Let me find my
sponsor break.
My little sponsor break. Because we love them. They are just so dynamite, and the show wouldn't be here possible without them. So, if I share my screen, can you see that?
We can see it.
You see that? That's our fabulous little banner, the Angel and Tina Morning Show, brought to you by Zandra TV, Bliss by the Lake Boutique, and Sonic Virtual Assistant, Sonic VA. They're just fabulous. So let me read about our fabulous
There's
sponsors.
so many things to do in the background there.
I know, right? Let me grab this, let me grab that, and let me read it, right? So Bliss by the Lake Boutique is our clothing sponsor, and they do fashion shows and trunk show parties every week. So follow them on Bliss by the Lake Boutique on Facebook. Zandra TV Network is our award-winning producer that streams the
Award-winning producer
morning show, right? When you Google the Angel and Tina Morning Show, 15.9 million results come up.
Hold on, you got to say that again. 15
Wow.
million results come up.
Look at my pretty pinkies.
Million.
No, I have to do all my other nails, but for right now, I've got my pinkies.
Yeah, she's like,
So,
I just got my nails done.
Zandra TV Network is the premier award-winning network where small business entrepreneurs can tell their story on local, national, and global TV. Don't delay. Schedule your discovery call by visiting beonztv.com. That's beonztv.com, and start your affordable global marketing experience today. Because we talk about exposure, she talks about distribution, right? Getting your story out into the world. And then, of course, Sonic VA, who is the lifesaver of everybody's business. Are you always too busy? Do you have more items on your to-do list than you can ever get done by yourself? Say yes, that's me.
Check. Yeah.
Check, list, right? Well, you can hire a virtual assistant with Sonic VA so you can focus on what you do best by hiring for all the rest. They are so amazing. They are so affordable.
I'm literally writing them down. I have one, but I always could, and I have so many people that always ask me, like, where do you get it
Where
from?
do you get
So,
them? Right?
I know.
We have a section for you, so watch.
sonicva.com. And when you mention Angel and Tina in the comment section, you will get 10% off your first 40 hours of virtual assistant service. 10% off just by dropping our name. So those are our fabulous sponsors.
I love that offers that for us and for all of our viewers, because you know what? It is so affordable for you to hire one of his VAs. And
and people like don't understand like how, like, especially when you get into leadership, how helpful that is for your business. So important.
And focus on what you do best, right?
Brittany? Yes, 100%. Like I am. Yeah, for sure. I agree.
I love it. So those are our sponsors. Tell them you've heard about them on the Angel and Tina Morning Show. Take advantage. They all have special pricing. They all have special programs and deals just for our listeners. And we're just so grateful that they took this idea of that bright start to your morning during a time when everybody is pulling back and social distancing, that we found a way to stay connected. And so, Brittany, this has been like, I love your story. I love the impact and how inspirational you are. And it does sound like earning and winning that True Colors award was just the world's way of saying, you did good, girl.
Thank you. I know afterwards, everyone's like, I think that was made for you. Like when she started, and I was just, it's everyone sees you. And it just reminded me, like, everyone sees you in a different way than you even see yourself. Cause you're just like, I'm just going through the steps, just trying to do the right thing every day,
You always have a story in you. But speaking of awards and speaking of, inspiring things, Angel, do you know that August 14th is our 100th episode?
Ooh, that's coming up.
It is. It is
coming up soon.
Yeah, that's like less than 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks.
So Angel and I we're going to announce we are going to start the A&T Awards.
The A&T Awards. I love it.
What?
Love it.
The A&T Awards. So we are asking for nominations, and then we're going to go to a vote. So on the 100th episode, we're going to have all of our winners on our show. So the A&T Awards. So what would you give an award for? Like the most interesting, the funniest person on our show, the most views?
Yeah, so we're gonna open that up on our Facebook wall or our Facebook group that you can nominate. You can go back and watch some of the previous episodes. We're gonna do some People's Choice Awards, and we'll start to narrow it down to who the nominees are, and then we'll get to vote and just have a lot of fun. Just like have a lot of fun and being creative. And it's
might be some awards and prizes, given to those winners.
There might be, right? Because we have some fabulous sponsors who have fun prizes.
Sponsors who, we can rig up some cute sponsor awards.
Or even like if you wanted to like win an award, like what would you want to be nominated for? Like for your, debut.
For the best fashion sense.
Best fashion sense.
Best hair.
Best hair.
Best hair.
Oh,
right?
nails.
Jewelry, yeah, right? Best, tagline. What would you want to be nominated for? And so we're going to start that up and play with that for a few days over on our Facebook wall. So come and hang out with us. We'll put a fun graphic. We'll put some votes and polls and all that fun stuff. But
if you haven't joined our Facebook group or haven't liked our Facebook group, go to the angelandtinamorningshow.com. Join our group, like our page, and you'll be able to hang out with us, vote, and nominate those amazing people and those amazing guests that have been on our last 100 episodes. Angel, 100!
100 episodes.
That's do this for a week or two.
We did. We thought it would just be a few weeks during social distancing. Let's just stay connected. And so probably over 200 guests have been on the show.
Oh my gosh, that's some dedication.
Isn't that amazing? Every morning.
Yeah.
We've been getting up every morning and doing this show.
We've been getting up every morning.
Well, just thinking like I didn't really, so you just started like back in March-ish?
We started
April. So 100, that is really, that's that consistency and dedication, and like look what it's blown up to now, like perspective of numbers wise, that is really impressive.
And we've had
right?
pretty amazing guests. We've had Les Brown on.
What? I love him.
We absolutely adored having him on. We've had Larry and Taylor Thompson on. We've had some.
Oh, Taylor, I love her.
We've had some pretty big wigs on our show. Todd Falcone was on our show. I mean, so many other amazing guests and so many inspiring stories too, just like Brittany's.
They are inspiring stories, Brittany, and you are such an inspiration to so many. So what exciting project are you working on now? What's coming out of all of this?
Well, so for me, I mostly am always just focusing on, inspiring people and like guiding them to whatever that can be. They literally, anyone here you can follow me. I'll just put my card up here. It's www.brittanymettke.com. You can see it right there. Oh, yeah.
I got it.
In that way you can get, if you want to just hear my story, you want to be mentored, learn a bit more about any business stuff, anyone, even if they're not in my company, when they follow me, I always get messages that I've helped them, like whether from my YouTube or whatever. So right now, my biggest thing is just focusing still on making an impact. I did recently, I thought I have it here. And you can get this through the book. I co-authored with Rob Sperry and some few other people, Recruit Your Way to 6 and 7 Figures. I actually have a whole chapter in this book. I was a top enroller for the company, so you can get this book on that website link there too. And that's about it. Just, I love, where things are right now. So I'm just every day just trying to.
I'm just, changing the world, inspiring, writing books, teaching programs, inspiring.
It's okay. I'm just going with the flow.
Really though, that's what I feel like. Well, some of these projects, like they just pop out of there. Like the book, that was just like, hey, do you want to have a chat? And I'm like, okay,
okay. I'll
write a book. 3 kids running a 16
4 kids.
Okay.
But no, I just, I'm a real person.
What pandemic? What are you talking about?
That's what I really feel like too. And then also, if you go to that website, I was on Direct Sales Diva magazine, And her last, I was on the cover back in February, and then she asked me again, her last one until fall. And it is really good about pandemic or protest or whatever, just keep going. And so that's there's a lot of different women's stories in there too in the network marketing. And you can find that on my website too, like so many different tips, you know.
I'm so excited. Okay, so how do we follow? Because I didn't write that down.
Just www.brittanymettke.com.
Okay.
And the big thing is you also, if you ever just want to try a 2-finger tester for free, you can figure it out there too. Or if you're, you know, just there's a little form there.
Incredible, right? These are, I mean, they're just so much fun. So do you like get a membership? Do they just like, do you have to, like, how does that work?
No, like this is, so I'll just go over real quick. They're 100% nail polish strips, you guys. Like he has a patent, and that's another story, but it's a base coat, color coat, and top coat. And it goes on, if you have a nail, whether acrylics, gels, regular nail, it goes on like a sticker, but it's nail polish. You do not need any tools or anything. There's all different sets, but you can order through whoever your rep is. Or, you know, if you do, you can purchase a kit and you get a discount, and then you can get your friends and family to order, and you can make a little side income that way. There is no auto ship anything, but just usually finding a stylist or, you know, becoming one. Because a lot of people, they're like, I love these, my friends love these, so let me, you know, just do it, you know. And like I said, they're always buy 3 get 1 free, and about $12 average. So
that's cheap.
And yeah, we
done for 30.
We passed $10 million last month, my team, and it's a $12 project. And right now, it's the 23rd, we're at $10.7 million.
What's
for
your
the month? Well, I was wanting to go for 10, because usually like in the summer, so now I'm like 11, I guess. We always passed what I thought. So I'm really excited. I see a lot of promotions. Next month, we're launching the fall collection. We just announced a trip to Punta Cana. You have 6.5 months to earn it, any rank. So it's exciting time. We're excited.
That's amazing.
That really is, right?
$12. And I mean, that's a lot cheaper than going to get your nails done for $30.
Yeah. And I still like will go get like a pedicure and just say no color, and because it feels good, and then like just put them on my feet and toes. Like my daughter loves them. It's fun. Like I said, my mom, who was a master sergeant,
would they put these on for you at the nail salon?
Some people ask. I actually had a lot of nails techs sign up to do it, so if they're independent and like offer it as like an accent nail, or you know, like the
forever.
I feel like if you ask them to, if you were paying, they might do it, you know.
Yeah, like because sometimes like you could take in your own polish, right?
Yeah, like, people do that.
This is the polish, right? Put these on.
They all know, like I wouldn't be. So we were actually the #1 nail polish company as of last month. Like we outbeat Sally Hansen. You know, it's not crazy to think in a few years this is what you're gonna get when you go to nail salons.
Right? There's no dry time. You don't mess them up. They don't chip.
Well, and there's so many different designs. Like if you go on there, there's little stripes, there's hearts, there's 4th of July colors, there's fireworks on your nails. I mean,
and then the solids for us, you know, people that just love solids, actually your background, that's like our #1 seller nail strip.
Right?
That's what made me think of it. If I would have known, I would have sent that to you. That's our #1 back there. Your Tokyo Lights. That's the name of it.
Tokyo Lights.
Yep. Perfect. And thank you so much for having me. I'm actually like, I want to go back and watch some of these shows now. And I definitely, that virtual assistant, I wrote everything down 10% off. I'm like, I am going to be looking.
And Brittany, make sure you nominate one of the guests on there as you're watching. You know, write a couple people down and go on our Facebook page and nominate for the A&T Awards.
For sure. Who doesn't love an award show?
Right?
Right?
We might be able to dress up too, Angel. We could bust out our gowns.
Red carpet.
August 14th. August 14th, 100 shows. August 14th.
Episode.
That's
a big
proud. I'm so proud of what we've done.
I'm proud of ourselves.
Good job, Angel. She showed up. She showed up because I kept telling Tina, I'm done. Like, come on. Like, eventually this is going to end. We're going to go back out in the world. I'm going to be back traveling again. But nope.
Not yet. You haven't done anything since you're in Denver, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it definitely is crazy.
2 different times, and she was like, "Hey, I'm leaving to Vegas." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. I'll do the show from Vegas." That morning, she was like, "I'm not going."
I'm not going.
And then she said last week she was supposed to go to Florida. She was like, "I'm going to Florida, see my kids for 10 days. I'll do the show there." I'm not going.
Yeah. We actually are thinking we were going to do something right before school starts mid-August, and we were going to go to Florida. And, I know with everything there, but actually my state just announced yesterday 14-day quarantine if you go. So all 5 of the states on there were the 5 states I was thinking about going to. I was like, Nevada, who doesn't love Vegas? But we'll probably find something in Ohio.
But even traveling, I know a few people who have and are traveled and have been traveling, and it's not the same, right? Yeah. It's such limited services and the behavior.
Yeah, we've done 4 trips and it's definitely not the same.
Yeah.
So, however, when we did Universal, we actually were able to ride way more rides than if you ever go before.
So
but you have to wear a mask.
You have to wear the mask. And
in 100-degree weather in Florida.
My daughters work at Disney World, Brittany.
Oh my God. I miss Disney, yearning in my heart.
Wait, don't you guys have Disney nails?
We don't have actual Disney nails. There's not a licensing, but people make them. They literally they use hole punches and do some of these girls are so creative. So we don't have actual Disney, but you can make a Disney Manny, just like you can make any type,
like red with white polka dots, for me.
Yeah, exactly. We have a red solid, and then we have polka dot overlay, and that would be mini.
I love the little mini vans they have in Florida, dude. Those are the cutest little things.
But you don't even we are so sad for Florida. My best friend lives there, so she's local and she's going this weekend, and I'm so jealous.
Yeah, we did our VIP day for Media Mastery on March 1st in Florida. That was the last thing that we did, and we all went to Epcot together.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun.
It was my first time at Epcot. We had such a good time.
Do you remember talking to that bird, Tina?
And as an adult at Epcot, it's so fun. Without that, you guys, you guys are making me miss it even more.
That bird was just sitting there, and it kept looking, and I was like, "Who is this?"
Perfect picture.
Right? We had so much fun. We did. Right? We took a nice little group to Epcot, and that was the last thing that we did. I'm so glad that we did it because.
Right. And then 2 weeks later, we all went under quarantine.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, because who knows when it will be back to normal. It was on my bucket list, Disney at Christmas, always since I grew up. So I actually did with Christmas, took my mom. We got a treehouse villa in Disney, and we spent Christmas there. They put up a Christmas tree and everything, and it was so magical. And I was just glad I was able to do that for my kids. I think they'll never forget it. But it's just so magical there
forever.
Yeah. This was just rather than a bunch of crazy gifts, even though they did get some, a vacation, we're hoping maybe something this Christmas, we're looking at Colorado. We want someplace with snow this year.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. We do snow here, but yeah, we've been doing Christmas since my girls started working there the last couple of years, and it's very magical. And they're even saying right now that Disney is doing so much to maintain the magic, even though things are definitely different. And it's almost, because they can't do parades, there's so many things they can't do, so they're overcompensating in other areas to keep the magic.
Oh, maybe we'll go quarantine for 14 days when we get back.
Right.
Well, Brittany, this has been dynamite. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for your story. Thank you for coming on and sharing that with us this morning. It has been fabulous. And make sure that afterwards you go on social and put in your contact information and connect with everybody who commented and played along with us today. Love to see the community staying connected, right? And really building community. And make sure if you are watching the show, you've watched any of the episodes, or you want to go back to the ZTV network, watch us on Roku, Chromecast, Apple TV, all of that. You can watch the morning show and pick your favorite guests and nominate them on our Facebook wall. I just posted a link that you can, or where you can start to comment and vote, or just nominate in the comments, and then voting will start next week, and we'll celebrate our 100th episode in a really fun and exciting way.
We're gonna blow it up and have it go out with a bang. We're not going out, but we're gonna go out with a bang on our 100th episode.
Like, are we done? Are we done? Are we over?
No.
Like, we're done. Go out.
No, come back.
Okay. I'm Angel Tuccy. I'm your media exposure specialist. We are on fire here in the Media Mastery office, keeping everybody on OPP, other people's platforms. I know, right? Oh, is he? I don't know.
He might not be dressed.
Yeah.
I love that, other people's platforms. It's so good.
It is, right? Being a guest on other people's shows, right? Being featured on online publications, webinars, summits, morning shows, TV shows, podcasts. And right now our press releases are just going through the roof with exposure. It's pretty awesome. If you've got news, alert the press. You can get started with my complimentary guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. That's makeyourbigimpact.com. We have a 2-day media elevation workshop coming up. We've got the Connect Summit coming up. There's just so many things, so many ways to get involved, to connect, to elevate, to inspire. And gosh, we're just so excited. We're just rocking and rolling over here. So it's fun. We're doing all right.
I'm Tina Torres, the client retention expert, helping you build relationships that matter, helping you learn how to build those community, that relationship, that KLT factor that we all need, that know, like, and trust. Building those relationships are key in every single business. Just like Brittany said, you have to have a good follow-up system. I help you create that follow-up system. So you're going to follow up now throughout every year for years and years to come. So I hope you create those clients for a lifetime, turn those clients into raving fans and referral partners, and increase your cash flow all at the same time. You can text the word connection to 26786 to get your free 7 ways to increase your cash flow. That is 26786. Text the word connection. And we will see you guys on the Connect Summit on Tuesday, July 28th, where we have 10 amazing speakers going to come on, including Joe Kennemore, the CEO of Banner Season, our person that we love the most, who brings you 100% open rate. 100%. Because it's all about the mailboxes and not the inboxes. So we're Angel and Tina on the Angel and Tina Morning Show, where we come to you live every weekday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. We will see you guys tomorrow, Friday. And so don't forget to go to the A&T Awards. Nominate your person. Let us know and get those nominations in, and we will start voting next week. Have a great day, guys. Bye.
Bye.